Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the channel. My name is Alchemy. We are going to skip the intros and hop right into pretty much what we're doing. We do have one quick play spell to get through, which, if you want to submit, then you can join the Discord and do a 15-second or less submission once per day, which I'll leave a link to the description or a link to the Discord in the chat. There we go. But we're just going to go ahead and play crows, and then we're going to kind of move on into what I want to do. Yeah, man. Oh, dude, your music has so much potential. There's just like some key things that I think if you can like kind of nail down, then you have like the hardest part, which is like the Lorne vibe. But there's just a few things with this that like tightening up the groove and less reverb and stuff that like can really pull your tracks out. But the direction that you're going in is really good. I think that in due time, if you stick with this, then you'll have a lot of development with where you want to be. With that being said, um, I shouldn't even be giving feedback because that's not really what that is for. It's more so of a celebration or an appreciation for whatever it is that we're doing. But aside from that, I think that it's time to no, I'm just kidding. Yeah, we're just gonna get into some beat stuff. I actually want to make a neuro bass on the Waldorf first, and actually no. What I'm going to do is I'm going to record a melody because that's what the idea that I have for it is in my head. So we are going to move this into here, and I'm going to toss on a Japanese scale. And I think that we are going to move in D sharp minor because that's my favorite. Why the moon crashing? Oh, it's a Majora's Mask reference. My Mars is in Leo. I should be. Wait, what? Hold on. Should I be worried? You should always be worried. Long time no see. Hey, Ryan, what's up? Welcome, everybody. Thank you all for coming in and hanging with me. Yeah, we're going to make a melody on this first. That's what I wanted to do, so. Okay, spoiler alert. I've already made Neurobase on this, but we're going to be doing something a little bit different. Um, that's chromatic. We don't want that. We don't want that either. And that's the melody that I want. I'm doing okay. Yeah, I'm chilling. Now, why is this so quiet? This is yeah. Nice little steppy. Yeah. I don't know why this is so quiet though. I'm kind of debating on whether or not I want to try to troubleshoot this or not, but I don't think that I do. So what I will do instead is, yeah, I'll just do that. I'll record it quietly. And then I'm going to make what's it called? Just a modular thing here. A physical model thing. And I think that I want to do more so of a saw wave. And then I also need to make this a little bit louder because the AC just kicked on and I can't even fucking hear it. How's everybody doing? I'm gonna grab a gate because I know that this is gonna start to create some noise. Do I export the mini clips to Bitwig from the Hey packs? Um, I usually just rolling sampler everything, but I mean this is set up to where I do have this, going both to this and this, so there is that. Attempting to try Reaper. Good God, Godspeed. Wait, what just happened here? Yeah, I guess so. I don't know, man. It's not for me. I tried it and I was like, mm-mm. All right, we're getting there. Maybe a filter? But I want it to be a little bit more bellish. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. I think I'm just addicted to DAW hopping at this point. That's fine. I mean, Reaper would be a good option just because of how much cheaper it is compared to the other DAWs, you know? We're gonna go to the tools here. Sorry, envelope. Envelope amount. Cool, and I'm just kind of getting some solos for variations and stuff off of this. Okay, a couple of other things. Maybe we can try some distortion over this. Let's try tube. It's a bit much. Sorry. Maybe we can try a chorus over this. That's pretty nice. Nope. Dope. On this, I'm gonna set this to 2 here and set this to USB device. See if I can get this to work. Yeah, for some reason, this doesn't work with channel 2 or channel 3, but it does work with channel 1. I don't know, but whatever. I'm just gonna get a small sound on here so that way I can just record the MIDI. and get this to where I want it to be. Oh, now this is really loud. Okay. What happened there? Hey, what's up? How do I say your name? Is it is it Kish or Kitch? Or I'm guessing it's Kish. Fuck. Fuck. I'm train wrecking. Plans on stealing the moon? No, it's a reference. I'm gonna switch this to faceplant. We're gonna make this into an LFO. Trying to think if I want to go low or if I want to go high. Okay. Kind of making everything a little bit later now. It's a bit of hardware, just the volume knob. No, it's you can use it as parameter control. It also has mono as an alternate output that you can do. Transport controls, 4 ins, 8 outs. It's not a synth or anything, but it's pretty nice. Is it possible to set it to ADSR for a pad or lead so I can switch between both? Huh? Wait, what? Yeah, just modulate the ADSR. Um, I want really tight and snappy drums for this. I practice it so much, you know. I mean, if it weren't for those guys that had taught me what I know, like I'd still be in limbo over this. I owe those guys a lot. Something like that. This cloud isn't where I want it yet, but it will be. There we go. Polymer drum videos that really quick and to the point sound crispy. Dude, I think that Bitwig is such a good fuck. Help me out sometimes, guys. If I start designing and I'm like in the other thing, like be like, yo, switch over. I'm I'm sorry. But yeah, I feel like Bitwig is pretty goated for drums. Like that's already sounding really good. Damn, did I just run everybody off? Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I want like a type sound. So we're gonna add a band pass to this. Make this stereo. I don't know. I kind of think that this one was the winner here. It's pretty much good enough. But that's a really nice, just clean and crispy clap. Not that. This is actually super useful. We can use this for some other stuff. That's pretty nice. Let me save this real fast. Bell. I make a lot of bells in this thing, but that's because I really like the resonator engine. That's so dope. That's just the analog heat with a sine wave. Yeah, I've got a lot of songs in different BPMs like that. Trying to change the tuning of this one. To 12. But I also want this to be, oh, there we go. So now we can change that too. It might be easier to just do this with FM, but we can add in that third harmonic now. I want to see if I can add in just a little bit of maybe crunch to this. That was a really cool movement right there. I just might even just want to just take that. So there's that. Let's keep going. Make a kick. It's not connected? Yeah, it is. Although, it doesn't make sense that the sub... Like, this is stupid. Because you can't make this go above. There we go. I think rather than take this into multiply, I'm probably just going to send it into a direct out. There we go, okay. What does that mean? Oh, interpolation. There we go. That's a little bit more of the heaviness that I'm looking for. Somehow I got quiet again, so we'll turn it back up. Is it me or does it also sound like there's reverb on this? No, it's not that. It's that there's a tail. Still sounds quiet to me. Which is not, but well, it's the pitch bend that's not like it's not. I don't have the doomph that I'm looking for. This is a little bit different of how I usually design this, but I always try to do it a little differently anyway. Dude. Interestingly, let's try a Salon key with a low pass 4. Okay. There we go. Now, if I grab a Pro Q, we kind of shave off the high end of that. Hey, wizard. Okay, that's a little bit better. I think I was just crushing it too hard with this. But what I'm going to do now is make sure that this is on. Great layout as always. Thank you. Mid-side split. Let's give it some texture. Convolution. Bit crushing. And now we've got a pretty nice and fat kick. What's my view on how Bitwig supports streamers such as myself and a few others who give Bitwig a real spin for the money? Can you go into more detail of what you mean by that? I might need to change the pitch bend of this to where it falls a little faster. But that's not that big of a deal. It's not that big of a deal. me try both of them. I was like, why does it sound so blown out? That's because I just put this back on the same. Yeah, that works. For example, my content encourages prospective Bitwig buyers to actually purchase Bitwig. So my question is whether Bitwig has ever reached out to me and thank you or do something further. Oh yeah. So they don't pay me. That's the first thing. I don't have a paycheck from them. I'm not employed by them. I don't have a contract with them. I never have had a contract with them. Everything that I have done has been through spoken agreement. They renew my license every year. Well, even if they did, pay me, like I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind working for Bitwig, to be honest. I would love to design shit for them, but I don't think that I have much use for them, to be honest, other than being the content creator and dude that just talks about stuff with decent English. But they gave me a discount on Bitwig when I first bought it. They also gave me a discount on the Bitwig Connect. They sent me a Bitwig Connect before it came out, and that was an NDA thing until it released, of course, and they sent it to me early so that way I could review. But they've also given me an opportunity to do a giveaway, at least a couple, if I'm not mistaken. Actually, yeah, when I hit 25,000 subscribers, I did a Bitwig license giveaway, I believe. And they also send me stuff every once in a while that's just like really kind things. Stuff that I don't think anybody else has. Or maybe they do. Maybe they have this stuff at Super Booth and all that. But like things like this. This is a Bitwig thing. I have a lanyard from NAM. I have a t-shirt from them, but because it's white, I never wear it. Like my wardrobe does not have any white, and that's just because I am around messy things often, and I'm a creature of filth. But yeah, I've got other stuff, some notepads and all that, some swag, I think would be the way to describe that. But I am in talks with them about things, not as in projects, but just as a means of, hey, can I have my license renewed, or, something like that. And they're usually really good about accommodating, and taking care of that. But yeah, I don't have an expectation for them to like bend over backwards and stuff. I cover Bitwig because I like it. That's the big thing. That's the same reason why I cover Faceplant. Actually, no, I never had a relationship with Ableton. I still never talked to I haven't talked to anybody from Ableton ever. Really great. I think how with them is encouraging. Yeah, and they've gotten a lot better too about just communicating with their user base and stuff, like outside of the content creators. They're good people. I feel like they're a good company, and I don't know if you all remember the Bitwig fiasco where they were going to charge for the spectral updates, and they listened to the community and were like, "Hey, we're not going to do this." Yeah, I think that I think that people can be redeemed, Sorry, just had a moment there, but yeah, it's I like what they're doing, and I couldn't see myself using any other DAW. Actually, that's not true. I could, but the thing is like I don't want to switch DAWs again, because when I switched from Ableton to Bitwig, it was almost like completely starting my channel over. You know what I mean? Yeah, yeah. So I don't really want to do that again. Like even now with hardware, I'm putting up hardware videos and like I'm getting like no views. You know what I mean? I'm getting like nothing. But I do it because I like it. Like I'm not just oh, this is the only thing that I can make, or this is the only thing that I do. Otherwise I would be like, hey, Bitwig, I'm going to be an exclusive channel, and I would see if I could work out something else with that. But You know what I'm saying? It's like, I would like to think that I'm a producer first and a YouTube content creator second, even though, yeah, no, I'd still stand by that. I spend more time making music than I do making videos and all that. That's why I don't edit. From switching is repitching. It's really not that big of a deal. Like, it's not convenient, but because of the scaling of being able to, what's it called? Yeah, like, because you can scale stuff by 50 and 200%, at the very least, you can double the pitch of going up and down an octave. In my view, what is keeping Bitwig from becoming the #1 DAW? I already think it is, to be honest. At least for me. Like, I think that that's an unhealthy question to ask because everybody's going to have preferences, and like, you shouldn't be looking for like objectively the best. Actually, if you want to look for objectively the best, then Faceplant would be objectively the best. But that's not a DAW, that's a synth. But yeah, Faceplant is objectively the best synth on the market. I'll take that to the grave. There's other really great synths, but just, yeah, Faceplant is just miles ahead of any other tool that I have ever used. And then I would say Bitwig's workflow would be second for me, then Ableton. Guess, for those of you, guess what my #4 would be. Maybe I should do a video on this. Take a guess of what my #4 synth is, and I'll give you a hint. It's not Serum 2. Oh, you got it. Hey, I'm glad that somebody got the reference. Nothing's happening. It's just for fun. You've met a terrible fate, haven't you? Hat. I just imported like fresh hats. There we go. Oh no, I can we can talk about this while I'm working. I just ran out of things to say. So nobody took a guess, so save the project and return to the first thing. Nah, we do everything one cycle. My 4th best synth. No, no worries, dude. Not I've. I think there should be an option for both, but at the same time, I like this look. Complete ass. The timing is lazy too. Whatever. What? Hey everybody, I'm Dat Sick. You know what? I'm gonna go into Alchemy's channel. Complete ass. The timing is lazy too. Pff, whatever. Like, what are you doing, man? Get out of here. Yeah. Let's make a variation to this. Some people are just so unhappy, man. I think maybe with a heavy sidechain, this might kind of push that stuff out of the way. I don't want the drums to be too complicated on this, but it would be nice to have a little bit more texture. Wait, what is this? Oh. I actually really like that riff. Something like that could be kind of cool. Personally, the more I use Bitwig 6, the more I get used to it. I was watching some older tutorials today on YouTube, and Bitwig 5 is starting to look dated to me. I think there should be accessibility features for both, you know? Just because, yeah, some people have vision impairment or whatever. I get complaints to where my videos are too dark even on Bitwig 5, you know? But I'm like, any brighter and it just hurts my eyes. Oops. Okay, so we'll only keep this in on the second half. Hey, Nate, what's good, bro? Oh, I think this is... No, that's the one with beam. Why does that sound like that? Yeah, this must be an in-between, so I think even just this will be fine. That's a good question. It's on by default. I think it's probably just under behavior. Yeah, I don't know. Are you on Bitwig 6? Oh, you're right. It's the expansion thing right here. This thing. Which, to be honest with you, the only reason why that's on is so that way I can access this, because I'm using external inputs and outputs and stuff. I don't prefer it, but it's there. Okay, so let's do that. So this is just going to kind of be a placeholder for now. I'm not really sure if I want to move in between a Reese or an 808, but... or both, but... we can kind of at least just have something in here. Where are my samples? Oh, okay. Pretty cool. See you, man. Have a wobbly night. Yeah, thanks for coming in, bro. Appreciate it. Sorry if this is annoying, but it's part of my creative process, and sometimes I run into loud and annoying sounds. It's part of the job. Part of the job. What just happened? Let's toss this in. Let's toss this in the percussion. We're going to toss this in the percussion as well. And excuse me. Audio 4 should be in the sidechain group. Because Jesus Christ. Even still, why is it so fucking loud? Is it still on? No. All right, so what's cool about this is we can use some of this for repitching. And something like that. And then we can just take this other stuff. Why did you do that? Come on, you motherfucker. God damn, same shit, different day. And we can layer this with a repitch as well. Something like this. That's really cool. Oh, this was something else that I recorded at the very beginning of the stream, or before I went live. What's up, ISO? How are you? I'm good, man. Just, fending people off that come in here and start judging a track right at the beginning of its creative process. Nothing out of the ordinary. It's okay. Am I soloing this? Okay, I am, but I think that I want to. That's crazy. I want this to be just a little bit longer and have a little bit more of a natural fade out. And I also don't want this on every other one, but like every other one. So move. Where's the kick? Kick off one. Hey, Michael, what's up? Thank you. Trying to get my filter to work on the analog heat that's taking forever to warm up. Say locked? Is that what's going on? The fuck? That's pretty dope. Yeah, I feel like I need more material. Does anybody have any questions about anything? Why's that? All right, I'm ready to maybe try something a little different. I'm gonna put that on the back burner. It was an idea that I had for something, but it wasn't quite what I wanted it to be. So I'll probably come back to it at some point, but use the stuff that I've already made just on a new project. But yeah, let me get into some sound design. What say you and I take a cruise and we make a hardware-esque neuro bass? Does that sound fun? It sounds fun to me. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna pull up an instance of the analog heat because that's what I'm sending the iridium through. Give me just 1 second. Sorry. Okay. My bad. I need to look at some texts. Okay, so this is the same deal that I was dealing with. It's like super quiet and then it crashes and then it comes back, but it's like 10 times louder. I'm just trying to get this to reset. Because for whatever reason, we play something through faceplant that's super loud. Okay, that's better, but it's still... whatever. Alright, let's go initialize. Let's actually do something different where we go into kernels on here. Dude. So I thought that kernels was just like a basic version of an FM synth. But holy shit, this thing is crazy. Oh my gosh. I'm going to show you. So let's go into kernel 2. Go into kernel 1. Create something like this. I'm going to turn this on, set this to out, go to kernel 2, turn that off. Then we will go to mod and set kernel 3 from kernel 2. It's actually pretty nice. I should probably save that as like a warm bass. because I really like that. Well, what does it sound like without this, though? That's fine. Well, actually, this is off, so... Yeah. That's with the analog heat turned on. The author is me. Bass. Kernel. Oh, shit. Okay. I don't like that I have to save it like this. This is really annoying. It would be nice if I could just get this off of here. Or like get these other presets off of here. Import, export, delete. Can I do that with this other stuff? Delete. Bulk deleting patches can be undone. I guess I can. So maybe what I should do is take everything that is inside of here and delete that. Delete. Bulk deleting patches. Use slot range from 0 to whatever. Okay, I'll figure that out later, but yeah, let's keep going. So kernels, yeah. And so now what we can do is come back into the mods as well, and we can start to select these to change in between doing things like feedback and what kind of FM and all that. So that's pretty nice. That's a bit much. Then we can create a feedback chain even from mod source 1 here into 3. So this is going to send back into itself, and so basically it's creating a feedback loop. I'm scared. Okay, yeah. It automatically cut it off because it's like, shit. Okay, well. I'm gonna go to the master here and grab the pitch and just turn the glide on. Then we can slowly introduce this here and actually set this to go out as well and just detune this just a little bit. And grab the level here and reduce this. Yeah, the kernels thing is sick. It just is. It's a completely free form way of making FM stuff, and people say that this is like serum in a box, but I actually, the more that I use this, this is more of like FM6 meets serum meets basic wavetable. Sorry, I'm yelling into the mic. Yeah, meets basic wavetable, because you have a wavetable maker, but not exactly. But you also have 3 built-in oscillators to this, but each kernel can have its own output as well, which is, that's pretty fucking insane. Like, you feel that energy with the pulsing? Like, that's freaking awesome. Although, I am curious. Okay, so the phase here means that it's going to start at the same phase every time. So that's important. I still want this to pulse a little bit. It's kind of there, but it's not really doing what I want it to. But that's okay, because instead of using the kernel 4, we can just turn this off. We can just go into the unison here and set this to 2, which we lose a voice, but I mean, if we're playing bass on this anyways, then it doesn't matter. So we can just set that, and turn the detuning up. Sick, dude. So we can go to the filters now. And I'll go into the bandpass. Grab an envelope. Go to the envelope for the filter. Oh shit, there's our that's the speed garage bass. We're going to change this into a high pass. Then we'll set these to link. Filter one envelope. Oh. That's one thing that I don't like about this is finding the mod sources on this can be kind of annoying. There we go. Hey Naomi, what's up? Going to add distortion. Maybe some tube. Maybe some flanger. We'll grab an EQ. Set a mod target on this with the modulation. Go to matrix. Set this to filter 2 envelope. Copy, paste, but instead now we're going to use the complex. And we'll create a cool little, like, I don't know, thing here. Go edit all lines. All steps. Cross. It's kind of cool that we can create this thing like this. And then on the effects here with the low, low frequency. So we can pull this up and we can pull this up kind of like this. And then now we can modulate the EQ of the dry wet. So it's toward the end. So sequence length, EQ, dry wet. There we go. Now we can set a mod source on this, like LFO1. Come into LFO1 here. Go to the mod. Turn this up. Turn this down, actually. We can also set the complex filters of this, so I can copy. Oh no, okay. When you go to filter 1, filter 1 cutoff, set that to the complex. And so, yeah, we've kind of got a cool little This is moving extremely fast, though, which is not good. I don't want that to be doing that. Maybe a line. Yeah, I just wish that this had more filters. That's That's the only thing for me on my end, is that if this had more filters, then we could do some way crazier shit. My brain is fried. LOL, I hate building. Working on a map for a game while I listen to you work. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I could imagine building like terrain and shit couldn't not be the funnest. And so part of this now is just dialing this in on where I want this to be, you know. The other thing is that this is bipolar, I'm noticing. But I'll be damned if that's not a neurobase. That's fucking sick. So what I'm going to do on this is I'm going to go into the heat here. And trying to adjust the frequency here. There we go. Go to the envelope. That's so sick. It might make some sense to put a compressor on this. Just because we're going to be pushing the highs so hard. Like if you look at the EQ on this, this is being boosted by a lot, so. Kind of curious though. EQ, dry, wet. What happens if I do this? What also happens if I do this? The only thing that sucks about the EQ here is that you can't go below 100 hertz on this, or actually 200 hertz. And that kind of puts all the pressure for making something interesting out of these three, to which it's enough, but I still feel like it needs more. Pretty interesting, right? Now, if there was a way that I can introduce a little bit of random out of the randomness out of this, which I can. So if I go into the mod here and we go into LFO2, Jersey's trying to shove her face into my lap. I love her. Can I set this just at this? Well, mode, poly, single trigger, bipolar. Yeah, so if we go back into this now, I think what I can do is slightly affect some stuff here. Particles, RS, kernel 1, center. Wait, can I affect? Oh, I see. Okay. Well, that's interesting. What if... Can I mod this? Modulations? Key tracking? I don't think I can. So I don't think that I can modulate the wavetable position of the kernel. Kernel 1 top L. No, I want this to be the kernel. Pot 1. Okay. So there might be a cool way that I can do it, but I don't really know. It's not that big of a deal. But yeah, it would have been cool to be able to modulate this. MIDI learn CC. Can you set it to a CC control? Next incoming CC will assign parameter, tap, or field CC. 1 record, 2 transpose, 3. 5 is glide, 6 is... Huh. So wait, I could just set the unison on this to 2 and toggle that? Whenever I hold macro? Really? That's insane. Player mode, play, transpose, glide. What else do we have on here? Show screen. Send MIDI CC. Show screen, favorites. Wow, that's crazy. Some people thought I'm really hoping that it gets successful so I can pay someone to build maps for me. Dude, I was hoping that I would be successful at YouTube and I'd be able to pay someone to edit my videos. But here we are. But this is already an extremely complex patch, especially for a hardware device, you know? It's pretty interesting. Wonder if I could do like a really short EQ on this. Sorry, really short delay. Crazy. Unison. It was on 3. That's what it sounds like on its own. But, I mean... yeah, it's still a pretty cool sound. Still taking some getting used to, but looking at the modulation and stuff on this, and like knowing that I can also just chuck this through phase plant, or sorry, through multipass. I think something else that would really help with this is like a pitch bend or something. Maybe we could do like a free LFO mod target, add pitch. Yeah. And then we have a master filter on the analog heat, and so we can kind of modulate that as well. So if I turn that on, this guy, set the mid. Go back to the heat, turn that off. There we go. Could still probably use an OTT or something, but that's interesting. Cool. Why does it say 2,546? There's not that many patches in here, are there? Holy shit, there's 5,000 patches in here? What the fuck? Anybody know what that is? It's a little bit off key, but it's transposed. But checking out some of the UVI extreme effects, something too. I've been asking around. So far, I've only played around with maybe 30 to 40 different sounds out of the 40,000. That's so much. Like, that was one thing that sold me on Omnisphere 10 years ago. And I was like, oh, this is cool. And don't get me wrong, I made a lot of music with it. But at the same time, I kind of was like, I could be searching a lifetime for the shit that I want and never find it, you know? I kind of realized that I would just rather get into like finding an experimental sound that I've never heard before and then trying to use that into context. Even still, it's kind of nice to try it every once in a while. But it would be nice if I could just get into like myself with the author here, which is on here. There's me. But when it comes into this stuff, right? Because this is 2,622. Michael Johnson. Yeah, it would be cool to just be able to like have an overall view of the patches and stuff and see what's going on. Rebuild cache? What does that mean? Do I ever sample any crazy nature sounds with presets to sell in my products? You mean like Foley? I think I did like a free Foley pack for Patreon when I had one a long time ago. I do have a video on using kitchen samples to make a beat. So there is that, but for the most part, to answer your question, not really. Most of it's just in the box or, you know, with a tool that's designed for. Well, that's actually not true. I mean, there's a lot of samples that I have that are drums that I've like just recorded the mic, you know, so like beating on the like banging on the desk or, you know, doing like snaps and that kind of stuff, but as a means of like nature Foley and all that, not really. I don't go outside. I go to the gym, but I don't really go outside. I'm not really a nature person in Vegas because the only kind of nature that you have access to is holy fucking shit. It's so hot that I feel like I woke up in hell. Except there's water, thankfully. But yeah, it's just one of those things. So that's cool. So the patch actually has macros on here. Last edited parameter. Mod source. Unipolar. Yeah, can I set this? Like global? Assign? Oh. Wait, maybe what if I go into kernel? kernel, and I were to do something like this where I go wave, and then I go position, and then I go back to control, and then I go this way. Oh shit. So can you modify a pot? That's crazy. LFO, control 3, wheel, wavetable position. Let's just go like LFO 1. And I wish that it would also tell me what the last modulated thing was. Alright, what is PT particles? LFO, complex, chorus, flanger. You can modify the swing? Well, that's dope. That means that you can create custom... Shit, that's sick. Effects lane level, art swing. Can you modify the pot? Seems like it is a lot. It doesn't look like it. Kernel, PT, particle. Modify the pot. Maybe it doesn't go in the mod source, but within the control here, there is this, right? And I'm curious if you could double tap macros. What does pot even mean? Mod targets. Control. LFO. Add. Control. LFO. Okay. I was hoping that it would just latch to what the last thing was, but it will not let me do that. Unfortunately, kind of stinks. That's a nice pad. Definitely going to favor that. Definitely need this. Dude, this is gonna be so dope. Like, even just taking a loop from this. Hello? Thank you. So I think that I need to stretch this out just a little bit. Dang, dude. Wow. That's pretty that's pretty fucking sick. Probably use the same drums that we made. Rolling sampler. Date modified. Might actually be kind of cool to make that a little bit late. So something that I want to do with this is take off that high-end skit. Oops. Which I don't know if I can do that or not, but I'm going to try. Just... There we go. Just replace that, so... Really like this interaction. Yeah, maybe another loop or something. There's actually some stuff in here that would be kind of nice to just have as a layer. Really want it to be sporadic. I really like this stuff too, but what I'll probably do is just change it to a vocoder. Don't really want that other stuff in here either. Yeah, maybe something like that. Just grab the first part of this. Yeah, unfortunately it's too busy, so let's see if we can do something else with it. No. Mr. Miyagi 2. It's actually kind of cool. The no input? No, I don't know what that is. That's fucking sick. Oh, it's just samples. That's fucking sick. I'm going to take this out of the sidechain quickly and set this on here. Yeah, because this is a melody. Maybe I can go into my stuff and find my bells. Find my balls. I mean my bells. Just little details like that are kind of nice. It's a little bit off. Is that? Oh, interesting. No, I haven't heard of that. This loop is great. I really like it. I'm trying to think about what else I could do to add to this. Don't crash. Actually. Before I do anything. There we go. Now at least we've got some space to work with on the other side. This is a Japanese scale that I'm working in right now. Anyone wants to know my location. Yeah, I'm kind of just having fun with like scrolling through. Dude, Jersey, what are you doing? No, this is hello, meet my tonsil. You can't just jump in my lap whenever you want. You can sit. You can sit. Hey, sit. Okay, I'll take that too. I like the bow. Sit. Sit, Jersey. Really? You trying to show off? Thank you. Wait. Wait. Oh, and she's gone. That's pretty sick too. I might just pull that out. Even though it's quiet, I'm trying to figure out why it's quiet. It's pretty dope. Igor. Yeah, I know Igor. They've made like the it's like the orange and black plugins. Like there was a glitch thing that was an instrument. There was some other stuff. I think that there was a sequencer or something that they made. But no, I haven't purchased an iPad app in a while. I probably should, but yeah, I've been kind of just doing my own thing. NPC Live 3 inbound. Sheesh would be great if it was groundbreaking, but I feel like it's going to be much of the same. Has it been announced or is that just a rumor? Yeah, it's going to fucking feature 3 gigs of RAM and slightly better speakers. But same touchscreen. The pads are nice. I do like the pads, but I don't know. Just the whole workflow with the NPC, like, it's cool, but it's also kind of not. Leaked and content creators with benefits confirmed. Oh. I can't say I'm excited. there's like core fundamental things inside of the NPC that I feel like it needs before I would ever consider going to it. There is like magic within the simplicity of it for sure, but this was a much better deal for me because I needed something that would complement the DAW, not well, and yeah, and I guess I could, play this in other places too, or design in other areas. But what's really sick about this is it's got its own internal resampling as well. So, I could record that and just hit one and then it'll automatically internally record, which I freaking love. That's such a dope thing. I've had a lot of fun getting to know these two devices. I still need to bust out the Oxy One Mark II, which I'm going to at some point, but I'm finishing up making several videos over this just for fun, because I like it. And then also I'll probably end up doing some stuff with this as well. But yeah, as a means of like making beats and stuff lately, I've just been trying to like have fun with like messing around with potential workflows and things to jump. There is something that is so sick about having a box right in front of you at all times that will always make sound. You know what I mean? And as opposed to having to pull up another instance of phase plant, which is cool, I don't always mind that. Um it definitely is a lot more dynamic. I'm just trying to figure out how to get this to sing with like the way that I want it to. And I haven't started introducing plugins to it yet. Because I want to see like what all it can do on its own, I think. And in turn, it's changed my sound for sure lately, and that's why I feel so thrown off, because I'm like, wait, this is kind of odd. But it's still pretty cool. I have a lot of fun doing it. Just making sketches. Sorry. Does anybody have any questions about anything? There's also the Zoya as well that I've been trying to mess with. It's got such a loud noise floor though that I'm like, I definitely need to mess around with that a little bit more. Or come up with some other kind of cool creative effects to use that for, like glitches or something of the sort. I know. I know. I know. Ah. Thank you. Thank you for the licky bath. I didn't want that, but thanks. No, Jersey, you cannot get on my lap right now. No. Get down. Get down. Get down. You're so sweet. You are such a good doggo. Look at that face. Look at that face. How can you resist? How can you resist such a sweet, loving face? It's very hard, you know that? Very difficult. Very troublesome. Very troublesome to deny the doggo from the pets. Because you're just a love hound, aren't you? Except for when it comes to cats. Um, does anybody have any questions about anything? She probably wants me to take her out. She's saying, "Hey, it's time to get off the computer. Get off the computer and go take me to go poo." Although it's not her dinner time yet. She's loving it. Yeah. Well, get down. Get down, please. Get down. Get down. Oh, watch your arm. Um, yeah, I'm kind of culminating a new sample pack, even though I just put out a pack yesterday for the polygrid. I'm definitely going to be trying to hustle a little more this holiday, but I've got so much shit to sort through now. which is good, but it's also not good because I'm like, oh my god, that's so much. Yeah, just tons of shit. Not yes and no. Like, oh, you guys can't even hear that. Yes and no. Like on one end. Did I record that? Was that mine? Oh, it is because that's oh yeah, I can't use this stuff. This is the I can use that. That's the soloing over Venus Theories thing, so I need to make sure that that's not in there. Yeah, yes and no. I feel like I'm still working my way towards like building off of hooks and all that other stuff, but I've been finding sounds that I like, thankfully. I'm just kind of not in a writing state, I guess, as of now. That's not true. I've written a lot of music the last couple weeks. It's more of like I'm just kind of exploring sonics and coming up with demos and ideas and thinking about like how I can incorporate other stuff because the direction that I want to go is actually more simple. You know, I really just want to make cool drum loops with basses. That's all I really want to do. No, I'm shit at piano. Like I can hit a key, but you know what I mean? As far as actual playing, I'm not great. People were asking for a vocal pack a couple years ago, but that would be totally memes. I'm not going to do that. Damn, son, where'd you find this? Damn, son. I'm trying to think about what else is going on. Oh, there's also the phase plant pack. I've got like over 100 presets pretty much ready to go. But I like how colorful this update is. As far as Bitwig 6 or as far as like the new presentation, the new hardware stuff and all of that. The lanes. Yeah, me too. I love this. The actual colors with this. This was a great idea. Yeah, and the colors remind me of like Pez. A Jersey sample pack. She almost never makes noise unless if I say, do you want to go outside or do you want dinner? She didn't hear me, thankfully. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm kind of curious. I don't know. I'm kind of all over the place in between making content and covering hardware and some other stuff that I'm trying to come up with. I feel like I'm almost in like hustle mode as opposed to trying to actually just make a tune. But what I will do this month, if I haven't already... Wait, did I already upload that? I don't remember if I did or not. You see Tetris? Did I already upload Doomsday? No, I didn't. So the last tune that I actually finished was Doomsday. And kind of what I've been thinking about doing is like, I've just been like trying to sample and like make stuff in this. And then what what I kind of want to do is just adapt to where, except for maybe making drums, I just pull from my sample pack, if that makes sense. But yeah, I need to upload those. But do you see how it's like kind of just a loop? Yeah, so what was this? Yeah, this might be worth going back and finishing as well. Did I upload that? End of session? No, I didn't. Yeah, sorry, just checking on what's all up there. So I definitely need to upload those two, but yeah, as of now, I've been kind of just been making more like hip hop-ish things, and I want to get back into halftime with having more intricate things, but it's kind of the just coming up with loops and coming up with hooks and ideas and different sounds for push and pull. But I think that I'm so scattered with like the technology and the technicals again that I'm not really focused on making music. I'm focusing on like, okay, how do I make this do another cool sound and then do another cool sound? And what I should do is just keep sampling and keep having fun until I get bored of this. And once I, pull everything out of it or whatever with this content, then go back and open up the packs and be like, all right, let's pick something and let's make a track out of that. You know what I mean? Yeah. But I still one thing that I make myself do is I still make myself make bass. I still make myself make drums. So I stay fresh with that. But, past a certain point, I'm kind of like, all right, where do I want my direction to go? The other thing is that I've been listening to a lot of halftime, but not the same people that I usually do. I've been like exploring a lot on SoundCloud of just trying to find different shit. Like I've been listening to a lot of Anku. They're freaking sick. Love their stuff. But yeah, I'm not necessarily trying to invent myself. I'm just trying to look for a direction that I can kind of hold on to for a bit and find the next thing for me, if that makes sense. Chronic DAW hopping. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, you're just moving clips, right? And honestly, dude, like, if you have rolling sampler, you're fine. Rolling sampler, phase plant, give me any DAW. It doesn't matter, If we really want to be, like, overkill, rolling sampler, phase plant, fuse compressor. Those will give you like everything you need. Everything else is just character, like colorization, or like that's where the nuance comes in. But I mean, I'm trying to think. For the most part, if you look at my plugin chain, I think like it's that and Pro Q, which I could just use Slice EQ. Dude, it's the best $20 you'll ever spend. I'm trying to think if there's any other plugins that I'm like, yo, I have to have this. Like, I do use Glue Compressor. Maximus would be cool, but at this stage in my musical career, you know what I mean? I've given up on trying to get Maximus. But Fuse Compressor is just fine for me. It does what I want it to. And to be honest with you, a lot of times I actually don't even use OTT on drums anymore, except for maybe kicks. Nasco is releasing a plug data patch that's like it soon. That's dope. Yeah, Nasco is always cooking interesting shit. Well, hopefully, well, never mind. I don't want to spoil that, but I know of some people that are making some really cool stuff. And now I have a new laptop and I can't find my license, so guess I'm getting a new oscilloscope. Why don't you just send them an email and see if you can find your order number? Or is it attached to an account? Yeah, he came in here not too long ago and was like, yo, I'm switching to Bitwig. Or maybe he told me on Discord. Yeah. I don't know him well. Not saying that, but yeah, he popped in and was like, yo, I think I still want to I do want to turn this into a full track as well. The garage track. Oops, not that one. No, is the sample factory that I made with all the processing and batching and shit. This one? Yeah, he seems like a I think the drums on the yeah. I think that there's a lot of potential with this. I just I don't know what I want to do with it. It needs some kind of hook or, you know, something like that. But that's kind of why a lot of stuff that I've been listening to, I've really been trying to pay attention to like, okay, what are the main elements? Why are they working? And how can I like model a track after that with my own sounds, you know? But it's hard because like it's really hard not to like over reference or reference too closely. Um, and sometimes like the tricks that I notice, like I want to do the same thing and I focus on the tricks, you know, of like, oh man, I want to do something like that in my track. And I'm like, wait, like do something different since it has a degree of separation. Yeah, it's hard, man. It's hard, but yeah, I'm kind of just looking for new inspiration to, you know, make model tracks off of and stuff because lately the ideas just haven't really been coming to me. Granted, I wrote so much music the past month. Like, holy shit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 tracks almost in the last 2 months. That's a lot. And that's not even including all the stuff that I didn't bounce. So I feel like listening to stuff, but too close to what I produce leaks into my production too much. Yeah, thanks, man. I enjoyed that EP a lot. But that was back in May, apparently. End of May, early June. I guess is when I bounced all of that stuff out. So it was earlier this year. But yeah, I've definitely written a lot of stuff. I think, like I said, I'm just trying to like not write the same shit over and over again. Like I've been on this craze for writing Flying Lotus types of tunes, and that's why I wanted to do the remix, so that way I can kind of take a break from uh the and that's why I wrote so many tracks like that. But now I'm like, okay, let me do something different or take some different inspiration. And what I'd really like to do is just hone in on bass phrasing. Um Bass phrasing and just make that kind of stuff work. Cause that's really like what my end goal was I just wanted to make like really simple shit. Not simple, but use less sounds. And have like a main focus of like, a cool sound or like a melody line or whatever, and let that kind of take over. But there's also those things of sometimes I get into like wanting to produce things like I say like so much of like all these inspirations and whatever, but there are things that I like that I'm wanting to incorporate. And so I think now I'm just trying to find this like, all right, where's that balance, or where's that middle ground that's still going to sound like me, you know? Yeah, basically. Which I have my sound, but I always want to improve my sound too. I don't want it to just be like, yeah, that's an Alchemy track. If anything, I'm really glad that most of my stuff sounds very different. I think that's a good thing, anyways. You can listen to two tracks from me and be like, I had no idea that was the same person. Right. So maybe that something that I should do is spend some time just with I guess trying to get the results that I want, or redefining my relationship with this in particular. Um, it doesn't need to make every sound that I need. I'm glad that it can, and I'm glad that I'm exploring it. But I still make drums in Polymer. It might still be best to make Neurobass and Faceplant. You know what I mean? This is great for bells and for lots of other stuff. But I'm really trying to just like extract what I can pull from it because it has a different sound, for better or for worse. And getting used to the sounds that I hear from the analog heat as well, because that's how this is all routed. So that way this can be stereo. And then I have the microcosm and the pedals and all that. And so, you know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to find this like, all right, how do I get something cool? I actually think that this is good for more simple basses. Like, I was really surprised how dope this sounds if you just initialize the patch and just have nothing but like a clean boost on this. Like, the distorted signal from that is incredible. A little bit of glide. So if we go master, pitch, like this sounds dope. Yeah, it's good for jamming for sure. Just letting go of the technology and floating. Right. And that's why I think like the best way to go about this is to do a bunch of sound design and shit, have fun with this, and then when it's time to make music, turn it off and, just open up the sample pack and find something from there. And then if you need more shit, stuff that you already know that you want, that's where I feel like that can be super helpful. But yeah, sampling. It's all a means to continue the sampling and to continue getting better at the manipulation aspect of that. And I think that a lot of what I'm doing for the most part is having that introduction, of finding a hook or whatever and throwing that in there and making a riff and then doing the drums and stuff, but taking it further and developing it further. It's kind of one of those things. So I'm used to jamming. Learning to incorporate that into the DAW workflow was tough for me since it's more heady. Well, that's why you record it, right? At least that's my philosophy, is to just fucking record it. Record it and then manipulate the samples. because that's the workflow that I was trying to get into, anyways. Um, that was I think that was like the last thing that she left with me, with the last lesson that I did the last time I talked to him. You know, was to just jam and to spend time making sounds and all that. But kind of like what I said is now I need to figure out how to balance it, so that way I'm doing sound design, still practicing that, but still getting into a different headspace for the production aspect of it. But in light of that, yeah. Well, the thing is like if you make an effect chain that works, you tend to want to like do it again, right? And hope that you're going to get something a little bit different. So you spend the time just making the chain. Like I know this because this is what I do whenever I make neurobase and stuff. But just recalling it is totally fine. Or taking that and then saying, how do I not do this? You know what I mean? Can give you those different wide results and stuff. But yeah, I don't know, man. It's interesting. I'm having fun. I think that's the most important thing. Is I'm having fun. Well, you kind of have to. If you want your music to be good, like you don't have to like big brain 200 IQ it, but you do need to understand like why certain sounds work together or how they work together, or you know what I'm saying? Like sound selection is probably more important than the beat making. That's why I spend so much time doing sound design, you know? Like once you figure out rhythm and shit, it's the difference between, this is actually a great example. And maybe I should clip this, or maybe somebody can clip this for me, but like, hold on. Let me get out of this. No. So let me just do this. So let's say I have a project. I'm going to load the Bitwig template. And on this, we're going to go here, pattern, USB channel 1. Okay. So if I pull up a drum machine and I have a beat like this, right? Like, okay, that's cool. But if I change this out into, let me delete these, into my drums or into something, you know what I mean? Like an Alckemy kick. Okay, let me grab some hats. There's... Where's this hat? There it is. Like, even just this on its own, it sounds 10 times better. Snare. Nope. And then we need another hat. And another hat. And then some percussion. Turn this down. Like, same groove. Everything the same placement, but you know what I mean? Like, the sounds. Like, you know what I mean? This is like 10 times better because the sound selection is just way more, like, way more appropriate. Like, don't get me wrong, like the 808s and the kits and stuff are good and like there's definitely serviceable, but as a means of having the energy and all that, like sound selection is so, I think sound selection is maybe not, how would I say this? I think that it's weird because when it comes into beat making, if you're coming at it from a beat making perspective, I actually think that, like, yeah, sound selection is the most important thing. But here's the catch. If you're coming from a sound design perspective, I think that context is the most important thing. It's weird, right? Like, it's almost like there's no winning. I don't know how else to explain that, but I feel like if you're making neurobass and shit, like the context of how it's used is the most important thing. But if you're just making beats like this, it's fucking sound selection, and it's just like, it's so backwards. Yeah, basically. So I don't know. Does anybody have any questions about anything before I take off and feed the dog? I did have fun today. I hope you did too. Sorry, this is bothering me. It looks crooked. That's still crooked? No, that's better. Kind of. Oh my god. Okay, whatever. Yeah, for sure. And as I continue to develop this workflow, I think that, I'll share my thoughts and stuff about how to go about this. But as of now, the objective is to jam, sample, then come back and pick something and then make an idea out of it. That seems to be like the criteria of that section. And then when you have the idea, then that's where you commit to, you know what I mean? But I think that the whole point of it is to get into access to source material. Basically, you're trying to be your own arcade. That's actually a really good way of putting it. Like, you still have to make shit. You still have to, you know what I mean? You still have to put the project together, but I think that this is pre-production is maybe something that I can even call it. Maybe that's something that I'll do for the membership class for various reasons. Yeah. And I think that like part of it also needs to cater towards like how to fuck around and find out, you know? And be in a place to where like it doesn't matter if whatever you make is going to be contextual or not. I think just the habit of making stuff, make glitches, do a cycle. And maybe that's something that I can organize of like, all right, I'm going to make some drums one day, spend a day or like spend an hour and a half making drums. Then I'm going to spend some time making some melodics. Then I'm going to do something to where I just destroy everything and make a bunch of variation. And then I'm like, okay, I got all this stuff. Let's try to use what's useful. But I guess the thing that I challenge with that is that the most efficient way to come up with shit? Yeah, but I don't have neurobase in every track. That's the thing. Oh, sorry. I thought that comment was regarding what I was talking about with my music not always being recognizable. But that's kind of the thing too, right? Is like I'm also trying to make different neurobase. Like not the same shit that I'm used to doing. I'm glad that I have a bunch of variations and ideas and stuff, but okay, baby, almost. Okay. I'm almost done. But yeah, I don't know. We can continue this conversation on Discord. If anybody has any ideas for videos and stuff that you all would like to see, let me know. For the next foreseeable future, I don't really have much DAW stuff other than like hardware related things. But it is good information, I feel, and you can always take that stuff and like apply it to your own tools and whatever. But we'll probably be doing some sound design in this. I've got a lot of videos that are already in the pipeline, like already done and uploaded that you can watch in the membership stuff for this. I need to actually do the official review for this. Talk about all the things that I like, talk about the things that I don't like. Then I need to bust open the Oxy 1 Mark II, which I'm very excited for. I'm just not ready for it. Good doggo. Good doggo. Maybe that's what I'll do tonight. Maybe I'll knock out the review for this and talk about everything that I like and everything that I would want to see in a future update. Um, yeah, I don't know. Let me know. I'm I'm searching right now. I think that's kind of what's going on, but I'm really excited to see what's going to come out on the other side. But anyways, I am going to take her out and feed her because she deserves nothing but the best. Yeah, I'm talking about you. Yes, yes, you, sweetie. Are you ready? Are you ready for food? She's like, you bet your sweet ass I am. Yeah, and in the meantime, I'm trying to make cool music and stuff as well. So we'll see what happens. But I'm cool. I'm really glad that I'm able to kind of share this journey with you all. And please give me your thoughts and input and stuff, and let's do the exploration together. But aside from that, much love, guys. I'm gonna take off. Have a great rest of your evening, and I'll see you all on Wednesday. Bye, everybody.